Hey guys, it's Hannah. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be doing a Draw My Life. So about 18 years ago, on December 20th, 1999, I was born in China, and 6 months after that, I was found on a farm and brought to an orphanage. So I lived there for a while and thousands of miles away. My parents were unable to have kids, so they ended up adopting me, and a year later I joined their family. To keep busy, I participated in a bunch of sports. I did swimming lessons, I was a gymnast for a while, and even a figure skater for about a year. I had a pretty awesome childhood, and I was a super outgoing, bubbly kid with so much energy. I would talk to everyone. I remember I would skip through the halls because I was that happy and hyper all the time, and my teacher would always yell at me to walk. Also in elementary school, one of the highlights was the Scholastic Book Fair. I have no idea why, but for some reason I remember being so excited for the book fair, I would lose sleep over it because I'd be so excited the night before. So one day my parents sat me down and told me they had a surprise for me, and being the little kid I was, I thought it was a toy, so I was super excited, but they actually told me I was getting a brother because they were adopting him and I was going to be a big sister. Then when I was 6 years old, I started Taekwondo, and at first I didn't really like it halfway through, but I continued because my dad was really into it. I also went to daycare in this time period and met one of my closest best friends. Fast forward to middle school, I played trumpet. Also in middle school, this is when I finally got my black belt. This was after 6 years of training, so this was my first major accomplishment, and I'm super glad I can say I'm a black belt now. And I was so excited that I could finally quit and try other sports, because at that time my parents really only wanted me to focus on that one sport. As you can imagine, 7th and 8th grade, I went sport crazy, and I literally tried every sport that I could. I joined the cross country team, found out that I hated running, the basketball team, the lacrosse team. Soccer is really the one sport that really stuck. I found a passion for it, and I really wish that I started earlier, in kindergarten, like all my other friends. But also, this is when I really got involved in my church and started taking it seriously, and it just became really important to me. To 8th grade, my grandma and grandpa decided that they were going to build an addition on our house so they could live right next door. And this was due to medical reasons, but it was a really awesome way to get closer with them, and I love being neighbors. So freshman year, my friend group formed, and we actually lasted all the way throughout high school. So we went to concerts together, and we had the same music taste, so we did a bunch of fun stuff like that. And I started to become super serious about soccer, and I decided to even try out for the high school team after only having 2 years of experience compared to all my other teammates who started in kindergarten. So to stay in shape for soccer when we weren't in season, I joined the track team and I ran hurdles. So sophomore year is when I actually got my first boyfriend, and I was just super in love with that idea of love, and we ended up breaking up or whatever, but I did go to prom, and that was super exciting as a sophomore. It was just super fun getting ready and getting my hair and makeup done, and also around this time is where my passion for makeup really started, and I did a full face every day. Eventually, junior year, I got my license, and that was awesome. So much more freedom, and I got my first job actually at the daycare that I went to as a kid. So I was the one now watching all the little kids, and I love being a preschool teacher. It's so much fun. I love my job. And then eventually senior year, I graduated and decided to go to a Catholic school in Texas called St. Edward's University, and I was just super excited to get out of my school because I lived in such a small town. Growing up with the same people for 17 years, I was just ready to get out of there and start something new. So at St. Ed's, I majored in chemistry, and I made a bunch of new friends. I even joined a fraternity, Alpha Phi Omega, and it's just a service fraternity. We do community service, and I love living in the city. It's so much fun. There's so much to do. I even recently picked up the new hobby of ukulele. Yeah, I just finished my first semester. That's basically it. I'm super excited to see where life takes me, but thank you so much for watching, and if you made it to the end, subscribe!